Do you know what I like to do when I have the whole place to myself and I'm all alone for the night? I like to take a little nap. And I like to look at some baseball cards. Alright, I have a few things to show you, and I have a special player I want to talk about. Before I do that, I have a special card of the day. Just a random card that is an awesome card, and that is the 1974 Bobby Grich. You don't hear a whole lot about him anymore, but he was a good second baseman. He has a great rookie card in the 1971 Top Set. But this is a fantastic card. And I got this postcard, and I don't know a lot about it. It's a plastichrome. But a really cool postcard. Baseball greats with Dean Chance and Don Drysdale and Willie Mays and Sandy Koufax. Now you can see that Willie Mays is holding a bag and a silver bowl. And so obviously that's an award he won. And I'm wondering if anyone knows what that award is. These are from 1964. And, the only thing that I could see that he won in 64, he didn't win any awards in 63. In 64, he won the home run. He led the league in home runs. Is that an award for that? I'm not sure. Who knows? And who could tell me anything about this fantastic postcard? I don't know how they were distributed. I've been getting into postcards the last 2 years, and man, I got some fabulous ones. And I have to tell you, I have one coming. I can't believe I got. I've been looking for it for months as an extra special one. Can't wait to show it to you. And I highly doubt that you've seen it before. All right, on to Lefty O'Doul. This is a 1933 Gowdy, obviously. Lefty O'Doul. Now, one could make the argument for him to be in the Hall of Fame. So Lefty O'Doul has the 4th highest batting average in history. And if you put the old Negro League players in, when they recalculated, still has the 6th highest all-time batting average in history. And he's not in the Hall of Fame. One year he batted .398. Now what hurts him? He had a 15-year career, but he came up as a pitcher. Came up and went back down as a pitcher, and he hurt his arm. So, like Smokey Joe Wood, they made an outfielder out of him. They sent him back to the minors, developed him as an outfielder. So he came up as a pitcher. By the time he came back up as an outfielder was 1928. And he played through 1935. So that means he had essentially an 8-year career as an outfielder. And so he didn't quite make 1,000 at-bats. Wasn't particularly notable as a pitcher, and so it hurt his longevity. Because one of the things they say about the Hall of Fame is they look at your stats through a 10-year run, right? So he's not in the Hall of Fame. However, I would make the argument that when you combine him as a player and the fact that he was a legendary manager in the PCL League and was an ambassador for baseball both pre-World War II and after World War II, or post-World War II, since I used the term pre-World War II or post-World War II, to go over to Japan. And he was an ambassador for American baseball, and of course those games that they played together. And in 1935, he named the most famous team over there, the equivalent to our New York Yankees, the Tokyo Giants. He gave them their name after his, career with the New York Giants. And so when you combine the fact that he was an ambassador for them, or for us, and the Japanese ball players, and he's in the Japanese Baseball Hall of Fame. And when you combine the fact that he was, a world-renowned manager in the, over in the PCL League, and that he has the 4th or 6th highest batting average, however you want to calculate it, in history, I don't know, I think an argument could be made. But of course, the Hall of Fame is one of those things where, let me fix my hair. The Hall of Fame is one of those things that people will always argue about. Always argue about. And sometimes it gets a little heated. But when you have a Hall of Fame that doesn't have the 4th or 6th highest batting average in history, when it doesn't have the 3rd highest batting average in history in there, when it doesn't have the all-time home run king in there, when it doesn't have the all-time hit king in there, when it doesn't have the pitcher who holds the record for most strikeouts in a 9-inning game, shares it with 2 other players, but the only one to ever do it twice, to strike out 20 in a 9-inning game. When none of those guys are in there, it's not much of a museum, in my opinion. As my man Rick at Vintage Oddball Cards always says, he views the Hall of Fame as a museum to baseball. And when you don't have these incredible players and leaders, I don't know. I think it diminishes it as a Hall of Fame. But of course, people have passionate opinions on both sides. I will leave you with that to ponder. Thanks for hanging out with me.